Angelina Joe Italy.
Yeah. Uma Thurmany.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good. I like that one. How about Anne Hathaway?
Turn off your phone.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I had
one.
to do a little repeat there.
Yeah.
But Meryl Grease.
Meryl Grease, yeah. That's a good. I like that one. I like the good ring to it. But how about all right, so Turkey in Spanish is Tunis. How about Mila Tunis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. That's
all right. All right.
Josiah, you got one?
Yeah, you all ever tried Sofia, Bulgaria?
No, not that one. That one wasn't good.
Bro, Sofia Vergara. My Colombian, one of my favorite actresses. Colombian
dude, it's so
actresses
personal for Louis too, man. He brought me on here just to shame me. He was like, I'm gonna get back for Sofia herself. He said, don't worry, Sofia, I got you. I will get him for you.
I had to wear the Colombian jersey too. I'm all Colombian now for that. Josiah, dude, come on.
Dude,
Sofia, Bulgaria.
On me. I've been shamed. I'm here to be publicly shamed, like in Game of Thrones. I want the person with the bell to shame me. Shame.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to CROQUETA CHAT. James.
Hi, guys.
Yes, hey.
Hey, James.
James.
Happy to be here. It was a nice surprise seeing Josiah and Alyssa.
It was
really
a nice surprise for us. I was like, it's James Wallington. I was like, maybe we'll make an alliance and I'll be in it this time. There's a cross up here.
So, Alyssa, Josiah, tell me, like, how big of fans are you of The Amazing Race? How many seasons have you been watching?
Yeah,
we watched every season for as long as I can remember, Survivor and The Amazing Race. And then when we met and realized we were both like equally as big of fans, it was so fun watching it together. And then it was like, oh wow, we could do this together.
We both grew up watching CBS reality TV.
Yeah,
I love that.
Hey,
So is that the icebreaker? That's how you met?
No, we were trapped in COVID. In COVID, we were trapped together, and then we watched it together. And I'm serious. I'm very bad at directions, like the worst to ever be on the show at directions. I never applied to The Amazing Race. I was like, there's no chance. But she's great at directions, and so we were like, oh my gosh, we should go for this and try this. And sure enough, it worked out.
Did Alyssa ever apply to The Amazing Race?
no, I never applied either because I don't think it was kind of the same thing. I don't think I had anyone that I was like, I would be good at this with. Anyone in my life that I would do it with would just be like really funny, but we would be out really early on. And you were the first one that, you know.
And she was like, do you know how to work a cipher? And I was like, absolutely, I know ciphers. Don't worry. I got you, girl. I said I didn't even know how to spell cipher. So
You definitely got to lie to the pretty girl, bro. So
yeah,
get interest in
100%.
you.
100%.
Ciphers, bro. I have made ciphers.
Hey, he told me he knew how to reverse a car.
He was like, I know how to reverse, but do you know how to push a car, Michelle? These are the things you gotta figure out.
You do? Marry me.
Hey, and I gotta say, James, I gotta thank you since you're here. I gotta thank you. You are the reason, and I'm serious, that I practice on hills with a stick shift. Because when you got stuck in that garage, I was like, oh my gosh, it's different. It's different on hills. It's very different. So
it's so different.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got ourselves out of that little debate.
And I'm not blowing smoke here, Louis and Michelle. I'm very serious. You all are the reason. I went home and I said this to the cameras too, but they didn't put it in. I studied different reverses. I studied the different blocking mechanisms because of you all. I'm very serious, dude. Like, so that's why I knew how to reverse, was because, right?
And when we got in the car in Bulgaria, I was so absorbed with the map that it took me 5 minutes to realize, like, holy shit, you're driving stick right now. Like, you're doing it. And you just reversed like it was no problem.
In a way, you all taught me how to drive stick. So thank you so much. It's crazy that you're all here right now. Yeah. And I'm dead serious. I'm not like, that's not BS. It's crazy it happened this way. I'm very serious, for real.
So, Mike, how'd you contribute to this?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I'm blank.
Mike's like Sofia, Bulgaria.
So let me get. So did you guys apply in your first? And you got on the race on your first try? No.
No, we applied twice.
Okay.
The first time, we didn't just get ghosted the first time. Someone texted us and said, "We hate you both personally." And I'm playing. But they ghosted us the first time. We didn't hear anything. And then the second time, man, Alex Sharp, like forever I'm gonna sing his praises forever. He really like fought for us, and Pollyanna Jacobs was incredible. And they took a chance on us, and they changed our lives. And that's the best thing you can do for someone.
Yeah,
But did you change the video the second time? Were you like crying and you were making sure that?
I was like,
okay, there
yeah,
you go.
yeah. I was like crying. I was like, Alyssa was like up on a ladder so I could picture her. Yeah.
That is so funny.
I think Josiah beats me in the cry counter now.
Okay, it was like one.
It was what? Why are we roasting Josiah, dude? He's
know.
never gonna come back
Everybody
on with
does.
us.
It's just easy.
My brothers are
Sorry.
probably watching this like, yes, we love it.
We brought James to roast us in a circle.
Good, it's a circle.
So, what do you guys do exactly for work? I know you're in the medical field. What do you guys do for work?
We're nurse anesthetists, so we started out as ICU nurses, and then we got specially trained to do anesthesia. So every day we do anesthesia.
We're hospital bartenders, man. That's it.
It's like 90%.
That's
it.
Giving everybody the good
90%
stuff.
is still
Yeah.
like how it should be, coasting through the day. 10% is like
High stress.
more stressful, high stress, but yeah, we love it. We met in anesthesia school.
Are you
We've been
the
working
ones who
together.
always ask like which leg are we doing something on so that you know they make sure that they amputate the right leg or doing the procedure on the right leg? You know what I mean? Because it's
Yes. I'm always like, which leg is it? And then they're like, it's the right, and I point at the wrong one anyway, and they're like, oh, it's the cipher guy. Get him out of here. He doesn't know what to do. So
get Alyssa in here. It's
they're
not
like, bring
working.
Alyssa. This guy does not know what he's doing. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so we've actually been enjoying watching you guys so much. I feel like at first people didn't cling on to you, and I felt like that's how we felt too. But you guys have definitely shown your strength throughout the whole season. It's been really nice watching you guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's actually really refreshing, especially after last season's anesthetist. Yeah, I think it's
I remember that. No, they're cool. Yeah, hey, so anesthesia representation. We're spectrum, man. The anesthesia representation. I'm happy it happened. Yeah, I'm just glad they took another shot on CRNAs again, and
Yeah, I'll never forget the day we saw that Vinny and Amber were cast. I literally heard
We
you
didn't know-
screaming in the other room
I was like, it's over.
because we were in the casting process, but you were like, they'll never come us back.
Yeah, and I did not know who they were, but I knew that
Yeah.
CRNAs had been cast, and I was like, they'll never do it twice.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh my! Imagine if a pitbull dancer got hired, got picked before us. Like, what?
Right, yeah, exactly,
Michelle, we're
exactly.
screwed.
That's it. It's over. Yeah, 100%.
It's over.
I actually I wasn't sure if we were gonna get picked because our careers are so different.
Yeah, but
You know,
I
sometimes
think
they
that
want
was
to
great
choose the
pick.
same like relatable career, like a topic within each other.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's great that people are different. You know, I think
Yeah.
that's the dynamic. I think that ultimately for us, like I was so happy. I was worried about like the career and stuff like that, but they saw that people are so different, right? And so like James was pointing out, we're very different from the other nurse anesthetist couple. Like you're different from other firefighters and things like that. And they just like people that bring something unique, and Jesse can read people better than I can read books. So like, you know, I think he picks everybody for reasons that of like what they see they're gonna bring out. And it's been a great season. I'm so happy as a fan to watch it.
Yes,
it's a
yes.
really good. I mean, the casting really was knocked out of the park.
Incredible.
Oh,
Incredible.
Oh,
my
by the way, James is joining us in the finale too.
Oh
Hey.
yes, of course. He's just going there to see Mark. What are we saying? He's not going for any of us. He's going to see Mark. I'm not dumb. He's not going to hang out with him. Mark, and
Sorry,
Brett are going to be out in the
guys.
corner making fun of all of us.
They're
I
gonna
don't
have
need
a
to be
VIP
there.
table.
Yeah, we have our own exclusive corner just in case, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna have a rope that I'm not allowed to get in. I have to solve a puzzle. I don't flip it over.
He's so jealous because Mark is his favorite person.
I love Mark. I'm so jealous. I am jealous. Yes.
Well, Josiah, you're my favorite person. Don't tell me.
Lewis, thanks for lying to me, dude. You do it so well. Now I know.
Oh man, I love Jack and Carson and Han and Holt and oh my God,
Get
Paulson
in line.
Jeff. Moving on. I want to say hi to everybody out there in the chat real quick. Mark, Miss Heartland Interior Design. I forgot her name. She doesn't give on her IG is also Heartland Interior Design. Well, I want to know your name. Please tell me. Say hi to Ray, Jeannie, Tim, and I saw Justin out there. Justin, we missed you today, man. Wish you could have done your recap. All right, and now let's get into the recap, everybody.
Justin did not teach Josiah how to stick drive.
I did. He learned from my mistakes.
Sorry, Justin. You didn't drive.
So there's
maybe taught you how to learn, like, hold your cab is what he said.
Oh yes.
Bring him in.
Yes.
Bring him
Yes.
in.
Poor Justin. We're killing him on this.
All right, so there's a topic here that has my mind racing so much. So let's get into it. Mike, my mind is racing.
The butt is back. It's
Oh my
back.
God, not the fun.
It always comes with the segment.
But people come to
Lewis,
see.
well, you can't do that for free. You gotta charge.
Can't do it for free.
Yeah, you gotta get some.
You gotta get
Venmo
on
in here.
Only Butts.
Not only but.
It's a man butt. It's a lot of man butt. That's what Nikki calls it. All right, my mind is racing. There is one and only one topic in my mind is racing, and it is all about yes, I said it, the cipher. So we're gonna get into this right away. Oh, music.
Go Cypher, go Cypher, go Cypher.
That cipher. All right. So this cipher just brought up some trauma in my own life, right? So, Alyssa and Josiah, you guys talked about escape rooms. One of the things you did a lot of escape rooms, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
How many escape rooms did you guys do?
47 or 3? Probably 3.
So we did a lot of escape rooms.
Yeah.
We drove a stick shift car without any GPS to like other cities in Florida and did escape rooms, right? But sometimes you still get stuck, right? Every so often it's like what is going on here? And then Alyssa and Josiah, when you were in that library, you looked like you were in an escape room.
You did everything I would have done.
Every item.
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought it was so relatable. Like,
Yes.
so easy to overthink on the race, and I would have done the same exact thing.
Yes. Yeah. And when
Yeah.
I
Alyssa
know
went
the
up the
woman
ladder.
at the ladder.
Yes,
I knew it wasn't gonna be up the ladder, but I couldn't not climb
Right.
the ladder. Like I had to make
You
it
had
happen.
Yes. No, that was great TV, Alyssa. That was great TV. And it sort of reminds me of my experience of doing something else, right? Last October, we went to go to the Big Brother finale. And we went with James. We stayed with James in his lovely home, right? And we did something called Race LA.
Oh my God.
Yes. So in Race LA, it's pretty much an Amazing Race type of scavenger hunt, right?
Yeah, all over.
Yes, all over LA. It's really cool. I actually have some videos here of us
Do
doing
you
Race
drive
LA.
it? Are there self-driving legs?
It's all driving,
I mean,
but
you have your phone.
You have your phone. Yeah, you have your phone. So, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. They do different tasks all around LA in different parks. Here's me doing like a stacking thing, right? And then there's another, where is it? Oh, we had to go to a printing press and print out a clue. And everything was going great in Race LA, right?
Until this little paper over here.
But I'll just get to the end. Out of 35, Danny Butler was there.
Yep.
James and Will and James was racing, and Lewis and Michelle. There was 3 Amazing Race teams in Race LA.
By the way, almost everybody recognized this from Amazing Race, which is
They're
even a
fans
little
of
bit more
Amazing Race.
embarrassing.
So
Keep going.
they Danny Butler, of course, got first place.
Of course.
Will and James, second place. Lewis and Michelle, 31st.
Third. Third.
What was that? What did you say?
Third, be first.
there's a part that Lewis is saying really fast at the end.
Be first. Wait.
Okay, but you know
Third,
what? In
be
your defense,
first.
You're not from LA. In your defense, you're not from LA.
It's still, but like
Some crazy.
navigation, we all had our phones, so navigation wasn't the issue. It was just this dang clue, and I'm gonna go back
Well,
to this.
if there would have been no phone, then you guys would have been first, right? 'Cause you guys would
I
have put
mean,
it on the-
closer.
right?
I think navigation is now our strong suit. Now that I've raced against 35 other strangers, but so we were stuck on this same clue. We were on this clue right here. You see, they said pretty much your clue is in your hands. You have to go outside and you have to leave. Right. And a lot of teams were stuck with this. Right. A lot of teams were like, what do you mean we have our next clue? We don't see anything. You know, we were looking at, they were giving us flyers of the Printing Press Museum.
Right there.
They were
It was like the Declaration
right
of Independence, wasn't it? Is that what
Yes.
That's the Declaration of That's the
and
Declaration of
before that,
Independence
we
right
both
there.
had to memorize the first 3 or 4 sentences of the Declaration and say it without messing up. And then we got our next clue, which is that, right? I mean, we nailed down our first try. We were doing great. And then all of a sudden, man, we were just like stuck, Cypher stuck. And it turns out, I read the first few lines of this declaration. I'm like, I don't know where the clue is. It turns out.
And the thing is, since we have our phones, James could have told us exactly.
No, he
what we
sent
were
us the
doing.
answer.
Yeah, but we wanted to figure it out because we were saying if we ever get called for All Stars, like we got to start training our brains somehow. So we
Yes.
don't want to know what the answer is. We want to figure
Exactly.
it out.
Long story short, one of the clue was in the Declaration. It was like in the middle.
Oh my god, it was
there.
so small.
Tiny.
It was
tiny.
really hard. And
It was
it's-
like
Was
an
it so
address.
small, James? Was it so small, James? Mr. Second Place, James.
You know what?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like, I almost missed it, but I didn't because I saw it with my eyes.
Oh, sorry.
I got lucky because I saw another team looking at it.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I was like, oh, we gotta really
There was like
look at it.
QR codes too on it, so we were
Yes.
Well, we're
scanning the
scanning QR codes.
We
I
kept
saw
going back
Danny
into.
Danny called the phone number on the flyer, and it was just like an ad to give us as we were racing. It had nothing to do with the clue. So I saw Danny, and I was like, are we supposed to call this number? Like
That was the best part of the whole entire race that day.
No,
really
it was a
good
really
It was good.
well-made race, and we were just stuck. We were there,
Yeah.
and yes, we could have. I told Michelle, do we align? Do we align ourselves with other teams? Try to figure it out. I wanted to practice our race brains, our escape room puzzle solving type. And I'm sure if you did when you guys did escape rooms, you didn't have somebody else come with you and do everything for you. No, then what's the point, right? So, I could have easily, hit up James. James, give me where do I go next? But,
I'm
I
on
did it.
standby. Just let me know.
But pretty much this is us coming in to 30
Oh my god.
31st place, everybody. So, and then, to top it off, I was hoping that everybody went home. Like, I was hoping.
You were hoping they were going to meet you at the.
No, I was hoping. Yes, they go on the mat and everybody just drives away. No, the whole everybody's
We
still
did all this
there
happen.
Staring at you.
watching Lewis and Michelle get their 31st, and I was just like, wow. And at the end, I'm like, guys, this was way harder than the actual Amazing Race. Oh no! But it was,
You show up, Daryl and Pat are just looking at you, just shaking their heads like, yeah, this is not.
But
Oh, it was so embarrassing.
But at the end of the day, like, all right, going back to what happened to you guys, it was just something so simple, and all you had to do was turn around, and that's it, right? How long do you guys think you were stuck there?
6 years? No.
We were probably there for like a half an hour before Jonathan and Anna showed up.
That's
right?
tragic.
45
Yeah.
minutes. But like,
Wow.
it was kind of like tricky because they placed us in the library where all the translation books are.
Right.
So every single book in that library was like English to Irish, like it Gaelic, like what it was. All the books were like that. So we were like, the answer isn't in this cipher; it's in the library.
And also, I do like, and so this is the thing. I think that if anything tripped up the teams, it was this, that it was heavy, and we thought it was bolted to the table.
Sure.
So we thought it was It was so heavy. It was so heavy that when Phil went to do photos, they told him to pick it up, and he said, "I can pick it up," and he didn't even know. So and then he was like, "Oh, it's on the back." So
Wow.
all that to say, our biggest problem, and I knew this before, that's why we did escape rooms, is that we get lost in the weeds. We think it's more complex than it is. and it's usually right in front of you, right? And then you see teams that came in. Jonathan did it great. He was like, and he said, "Is that hard, really?" Which we always do that. We frequently will make something more complex than it is. It doesn't need to be, and it's just like flip it over.
We
You know, I'm
kept saying
screaming at the TV,
mistakes.
just flip it over, and we didn't do it, man. So absolutely, the teams
knew
that
it
got
was
it knew it was right in front of their face. So
And so I mean, and like I said in Race LA, I wanted to work my race brain. But if I was on the actual Amazing Race, I'll be spying on these teams. If we're stuck, I'll take a step back and be like, "There's something wrong here," because that's exactly what we did on our final task when we had to press the piano. I'm like, "Something's off here," and I look back and I see Derek press the black keys, and I'm like,
right.
Michelle, the black keys. Did you guys ever think about spying? You guys didn't like try to.
Josiah was like trying to work on some complicated
I
like
thought
deciphering
I thought I was close.
that was like giving nothing. And I was just-
TMZK.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the next one.
And he was doing that, and I kind of thought he was like maybe onto something. So I was just kind of sitting there like looking around, and I kept looking at Anna and Jonathan, but they were being very intentional about like standing up, making sure we put in
And
D.
rightly so.
Yeah.
What's funny is when they came in, I thought I was gonna be helping them. I thought I was onto something. So I was like, for real, how embarrassing is that? I was like, hey, take your time, don't worry. But if you want to work together, let's work together. I thought I was onto something with the chobo and figuring it out. And then they figured it out so fast. And so in my mind, that's why when they left, I was like, it's something so simple. Yeah, that's why I was like, how? How did they? So I knew we were losing something very simple. But so all that to say, I never suspected that they were actually getting it until they walked out. And then that's when it dawned on me, they were getting it that whole time. And I thought I was getting it. Yeah.
So Justin, just so I can tell, none of you guys grew up in the time when they had those in the cereal boxes. You know
yeah,
what?
I grew up with Fruit Loops. Justin, I didn't grow up with hay in a box, and it was like a wooden box, and it got reused. Right, dude, no. I grew up in the 90s.
So watching this, I told Lewis, what if we ran out and we asked someone for their phone and looked up how to use a cipher or like something like that, directions.
But all ciphers are different, right?
Exactly.
No, and we went online and there was no point of reference of how it was in the back. Like
cipher.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
So all ciphers are different. Okay.
Yeah, they're all
I guess.
different.
Well, I mean, for
That's a
us,
good
we didn't have
idea,
those
though.
cereal. We didn't have those cereal boxes either because my dad would buy the budget bags. So
Yes. Berry
Save money in the
Crunch.
cardboard.
I know what you're talking about, and that stuff's banging, dude. Changes the color of the milk. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it, dude. Berry Crunch is my jam.
They don't have that anymore. They were like,
Oh, that's tragic. Oh, what is the world coming
In the
to?
chat, put your favorite cereal right now. I already see Honey Nut Cheerios. Mine, well, I go Cocoa Pebbles, bro. I'm a chocolate dude. That milk turned into chocolate, and I'm sipping that all day. But let me ask you, James, do you know if you're allowed to leave? Like, I guess maybe every task is different.
It's tough because, for an example from our season with sauerkraut, Haley and Kaylin
That's right.
could not figure it out. And so they ended up going into the lobby of the hotel that we were doing that roadblock at, and they used the phone to figure out sauerkraut. So I wonder if you could have been able to leave, or who knows? But I mean, Haley, that's just an example that comes to mind, is that they were able to use a phone to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it was definitely really interesting to see every team's strategy on how to get through this. Which, James, you talked about in your podcast. We talked about it in our podcast, that it was interesting for Han and Holden to switch who they were working with while they were doing it.
They jumped ship real quick.
Yeah. Which was smart. Well,
My thing was, I would have never given Melinda and Erica, as sweet as they are, the answer because the leg wasn't done yet.
Yeah, that was.
So
but they were SOL anyway. Taking that taxi, how much of a penalty would they have gotten?
yeah, no, I know, but they don't know that.
Right. But then you find out Han's mom would have killed them. You found out
I actually recorded that video. I was trying to find it on my phone. It was the cutest video ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, they made their mom proud.
yeah, for sure. It's worth it.
Alyssa and Josiah, please tell me you know who Montoya is.
Oh,
Yeah. ¿Por qué? I only know because of you. I only know because of you. ¿Por qué?
No, his name was
It's
Montoya.
Montoya.
His
His name's
Montoya, por
Montoya,
favor.
Por favor.
Montoya.
Montoya, por favor.
So let's get into Michelle's segment. Michelle, por favor, Michelle.
Good luck.
No.
Travel safe.
Macy Grace, ¿por qué? No.
Michelle, cálmate, calm down.
¿Por qué?
Michelle, por favor.
So dramatic.
I think for next season we'll get the
Hire
updated.
you to be a cameraman on the show because you kept up.
I know. That's so true.
You didn't hear her panting.
Watch out, Bruno and Kat, move over.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Michelle, go ahead.
Okay, so this segment, Alyssa, I don't know if you know what it's about, but basically, when I'm watching the TV show, Amazing Race, when you see something happen that you're just like, no, why? Why is this happening? I run to the pool and do that because of Montoya. It's like through a reality show, but it's just like over dramatizing that. But my first one, I'm going to continue it with a cipher. So let's see this.
Hi. TZKO.
No,
TZKO.
no,
MMOT.
MMOT.
no, ¿por qué?
Look at his face.
Okay, close.
Close. He was sweating.
Don't talk.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone you have.
I'm telling them.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
her so much.
I said this in James' podcast. Listen, I recently did an escape room and we had to figure out this letter combination. It actually spelled out secret, right? Usually it spells something out. That's when you know you're trying to go too in deep with it. And I mean, in an escape room, you could call for a hint. So we're like, hey, the lock is broken. It's not working. And they're like,
It's not our fault,
Yeah.
it's your fault.
and they're like,
It's a bad lock.
they're like, okay, what did you get? And we're like, GNTS.
Chella
Hello.
Kezo. Just like her, yeah. Escape
So
room is the
good.
topic today, huh? Yeah, it's just great editing, you know,
Yes.
as well. Just like that's why I love the hour and a half
Yeah.
show times, because who knows what they would have left out if it wasn't for all that screen time.
Yeah.
Right.
But very
and
entertaining.
Erica had so many moments where she was saying something like, "Oh, I'm getting better at navigation," and then
Yeah.
gets lost.
Reading
or
the clues.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
reading
reading
the
the clue. That
They
happened.
did
There's
her
a
so
lot.
dirty.
Yeah, the edit got her. For
There's a lot
She
of
was one of the
foreshadowing.
best individual racers. Like, I swear,
She is.
she
Incredible.
was so calm. She could just figure stuff out so fast. She was like a map.
And you find out later her social game, like there was something that when we went to origami after, remember when Ninja almost killed us? And I was like, I'll never be a ninja. And my whole life flashed before my eyes. And I was brought
Yeah.
shame to my family. Okay, we all remember.
You didn't meditate
So,
though. You have to meditate.
Yeah, I almost meditated. We went into origami and Melinda was really calmed us down and really talked to Alyssa, right? So she calmed her down. I told her, and I told Alyssa, and I told her, we will pay you back one day. I promise you, just for being nice to us.
Yeah.
Then at the rice challenge, Melinda was grabbing used rice. And so you see it briefly that Alyssa tells her where to get the right rice. So and that was in our minds, like that was paying it forward. But Erica did that so well. She connected with people so well. And that so we were happy to help them, you know, and she's a brilliant racer. This leg caught up to her, you know, it didn't work out, but
Yeah, it's a shame
tragic.
coming out like that because she is. I mean, both of them are amazing.
Oh,
Erica
yeah.
is a genius.
For real, yeah.
Really good.
So the moment that Jonathan and Anna helped you guys, did you think,
Yes.
oh, we're gonna pay them back later, or you're like, no,
Yeah, and
the
we
race is
actually-
ending.
We actually like. I mean, honestly, I think before that happened, we probably wouldn't have helped them like that. I don't think we would have. But after that, we were like, we do want to repay them. And then at the dance challenge, it was pretty clear. They got there pretty shortly after us, and it was pretty clear Anna was gonna cruise through it. Like she did her first attempt, and she was like, I can't believe they didn't pass her on her first attempt. It was so good, and. So I told Jonathan, like, he's like, we've been struggling all day with directions. We can't get around. We're having a hard time. That's why we wound up beating them there because they took a bus instead of the metro. And I was like, listen, I'll come up and like try to help you out with getting to the pit stop. it was right around the corner, so it wasn't that hard, but we helped them out with that. And then we told them, like, you guys should take second place. Like, you're the reason we're here right now because of the cipher. Wow. And they were like, no, it doesn't matter, we'll take third. So
so really to give our perspective, there's a lot that's built up to this moment that unfortunately even in 90 minutes you can't catch. But like Jonathan and Anna, after the U-turn, we really started to talk to them and bond with them and joke around and stuff and like be like, all right, cool, we're gonna work together. And in my personal opinion, that alliance of three was like in blood in my mind. And I've said this over and over again. I hated that alliance of three. James, thank God that I wasn't on your season because if I wasn't in the Mine 5, there would have been issues. So I went after that because I remember the Mine 5. They went, right? They did that. So I remember these things. So that alliance of three in my head was tight. And I said, I'm going to blow that alliance up. And so we took our shot at Jonathan and Anna and at Scott and Lori. But now, and I was done with those two teams. But I want Jack and Carson. I want them. I want my get back. And in Philly, they say, I want my lick back, right? I want my get back. And I meant it, right? So up to this point, when that U-turn happened, I even told Jonathan and Anna at the second U-turn, they didn't show this, but I said, we're not going to U-turn you. We're not going to do it, right? Unfortunately, we did not know where Jack and Carson were. I thought they were like the fourth team coming. I would have U-turned them. I would have U-turned them so fast that you wouldn't even show up. It looked like a W. I would have done it so fast. But like I didn't know where they were at. So I tell them the hey thing, we're not going to U-turn you. Then they help us with that. And then, I say, okay, you can get second or we'll give you directions to the cathedral. And they're like, thanks. And so at this point in the race, there's one team on my mind and it's Jack and Carson to get back, right? And so will that happen? I don't know. But at this moment in time, that's the only team that I'm worried about getting my lick back. And so, and by the way, to be very clear, I love Jack and Carson. Even in the race, the big problem was exactly it's a race, so and they're so good and so lovable. I want my get back. I want that
James,
alliance.
What is it that you call it with Jack and Carson?
It's the gay effect.
The gay effect.
Yeah. And I'm sure there is one, but for me it was the opposite. I was like Mark and Brett, I was afraid of, and Jack and Carson, I was very afraid of.
Can you explain it? I guess for anybody who doesn't know it.
Oh, it's astounding with the show. Like, you never hear people think the gay teams are really threats. Like, on our season, it was always hung and she. And I'm like, Will and I keep getting first place. What's the issue with that? And then same with Ricky and Cesar. Sure, everyone knew that they kept winning and winning and winning every leg, but like no one really saw them as like a huge threat compared to like Rod and Leticia. Like, it's like...
Why not? It's so dangerous, and it's so dangerous. And look at all the wins, right? Look at the wins pile up. Like at some point. So that's where we were at this point in the race. We're really grateful they helped us, and we absolutely would have paid it forward. And even that episode, we were like, take second. Here's the directions, and they were very cool. And they were like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like we'll catch up to you guys. Thanks for directions.
I love hearing that. I love the context of that. And because I do think that's what's missed in the show sometimes is that the show is really about relationships and it's not just between you and your teammate. Like there's so much downtime with the other teams. And like, because of a social game you are having with Jonathan and Anna, like as a viewer, I'm thinking, why are they going to help Alyssa and Josiah? They voted them for the U-turn. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But hearing that you guys kind of did a little bit of damage control, like that says a lot to how you guys raced.
And I think the thing is, mostly on The Amazing Race, you're only worried about getting U-turned with your social game. I mean, little help here and there with the challenges, but we had a different mindset when we came in and they were like, oh, there's going to be all these twists and you might be able to affect other people's game and other teams. And we were like, we need to like really have a better social game than we were planning on.
Right.
I thought I'd be so cutthroat because it's not coming across really, but I'm like very intense and competitive and cutthroat. And I was like a softie with, like they helped us and I was like, I'm gonna do anything to help them now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more No Por Qué, and it's actually inspired by Kayla through James' podcast. Ooh, wow. I rewatched the episode and it became one of my No Por Qué. No, not the shoes.
Oh yeah.
Por qué? No.
Not the shoes getting wet. Take off your shoes, eh? I think Jonathan got in there with shoes too, probably.
Yes.
No.
I could not. No way.
Did you guys stay with the wet clothes or did you guys change into something?
We stayed with the wet clothes, but we had like moisture wicking, like I think I was wearing joggers and you had like moisture wicking shorts, and it was so hot that day. And I think by the time we get to the next thing, we're already dried off. Like you can tell because we just ran. It was hot.
Did you guys really run the whole leg?
Yeah.
We ran the whole like except for out to that statue garden. The statue garden was far outside of the city. Like we had to take a metro a few stops outside of there. Everything else we literally ran. I mean, we're used to Philly. Like, Philly's a small city. You can get from one side to the other. I'd rather run it than worry about taking a bus.
Oh, yeah.
So, for me, it just made more sense to run than try to figure out the bus system. I don't know. It worked out for us. I
like. There's few things that I brag. There's few things that I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. We can run, dude. We can run long. She ran a marathon, and then this Christmas it was frozen, and I ran an ultra marathon, 32, like through the hills. And I enjoy. I don't enjoy running. I hate running actually, but I do that, and we can run, dude. We can't do puzzles. Apparently, that's if I'm running to a puzzle, just count me out. Like I don't want to show up.
How tall are you guys? I know it's a random question, but how tall are you guys?
Josiah's 6 foot, and I'm like 5'8".
Yeah.
There you go. You see? My season had so many tall people. My 2 steps were like 100 of theirs.
No, opposite.
You guys don't like running either. I mean, I know you guys hated running.
Opposite.
I know Lewis hates running.
I hate running. Like I do not like running, but I try to find other ways to stay in shape. I play basketball, do anything else.
Yeah.
But just
I love running. Running's
the
great.
mindset
Say it on the podcast so they hold you accountable what you want to do.
Oh, just in case we get invited back for All Stars, I do want to run a marathon.
By the end of this year.
A half marathon, just
the
13, whatever.
So hold Lewis accountable.
I've got a quick question.
No, you're doing it with me.
I know I am.
Okay, then.
Okay, I've got a question from chat from Jonathan. Was there any point in the library that you were seriously, actually considering using the Express Pass?
No, and if I would have even brought that up, I think you would have like shut it down so fast. We were not even considering it, and in fact, we're going into this week's episode with the mindset of like we're not using it here either. That's our mindset. So, no spoilers.
What were the rules?
Yeah.
What were the rules for your Express Pass? Like
so we could use it up to week 10, leg 10. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had basically the next 2 legs.
We are really big fans, and so. I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this Express Pass to save our life if we need it, and then until it's like leg 10, and it's like the last task, and we can get first or whatever, then I'll use it. But like this thing, also you don't want to be in Bali with a surfboard and not use it, and then the next thing you know you're last, right? So I don't know. It was weighing on us, but I was like, I'm not going to use this until I'm really desperate.
Also, we were screwing up and we weren't getting anywhere with the cipher, but we also knew we were pretty far ahead of.
Yeah. We hadn't seen any other teams.
Yeah.
So until I saw all the teams show up, I wasn't going to use it.
Sweet. Well, we're bringing out all the segments this week. We got them all, and the next segment is Wheel of Ropics.
Wheel of Ropics, sponsored by Ray Fletcher.
It's a chat.
That sounds good, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
We might have an actual sighting of the Wheel of Ropics in New York. Just saying.
That would be Ray just spin it.
All right, welcome to the Wheel of Ropics. What's a Ropic, you ask? A Ropic is a race topic. We have giant wheels here. We got giant wheels there. We got giant wheels everywhere. And we got Ropics on those wheels. And the Ropics are... Round of applause. Ropic number 2. To do or not to do?
On that one.
Rule number 3. Who's the architect? Ropic number 3, sorry. Ropic number 4. What does it mean? Ropic number 5. CPR! All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel, babe. Spin the wheel, please.
No, that wheel's really far away. That wheel is really, really, really far away.
All right.
Okay, so it landed on CPR.
CPR!
It's our wheelhouse.
Hey.
All right, CPR music. All right.
We got any guesses,
James, what do you think this topic is about?
For CPR?
CPR.
Ooh, I don't know.
How about Josiah? CPR. Or Alyssa. You're the medical professionals.
Compressions, epinephrine. No, I'm just kidding.
Compression.
That's the way to the
I know. I just keep saying like actual medical things.
like
jewels.
Jack and Carson coming back from basically the dead. It has to be.
Oh,
there you go.
Mike,
Where
what
was
you got?
this during the cipher? Am I right?
No, I'm stumped. I
Race
have no
ring.
idea. All I'm thinking is the Bee Gees, right? Staying alive.
And then Kelly stands up and starts dancing.
Michael goes first. I'm crazy. I was petrified.
You're from the parking lot. That's where I know you.
He puts on the mask. Hello, Clarice. We're talking about The Office, by the way. All right. So, CPR. Han, breathe. Your brother's telling you to breathe. We might need to start CPR on you, Han.
Forget.
I love that part right there where Holden is telling Han to breathe, and Han is like, "Can you just trust me?
You
I'm
trust
breathing."
me? I'm breathing.
It was so good.
No, you're not.
I love watching siblings because it's just a lot cuter when they fight, right?
Yep.
Not so much when couples fight, you know? Sometimes a little weird. So, but, after that, but I also love how Holden was spying on that cipher. He just took a look back, he saw the flip, and boom, right away. But I was not a fan how they helped Melinda and Erica. I think we kind of already chatted about this, right? So I kind of disagree with that. Michelle already said that it was their mama in their heads that was telling them be nice to the other teams.
Right.
By the way, Han and Holden's mom's pretty cute.
She's so
That's what I said.
fashionable.
I literally said, send me your skincare routine. Like, what? She looks amazing.
I have no comment because I want to sleep with both eyes closed tonight. I don't know.
She's so hot.
I'm trying to see.
All right, let's go. Let's move on. We're moving fast here today. We already talked about that. I think we all disagree with, how they helped Melinda and Erica. Like, you guys are
Yeah, I
racing
think
for
so.
last place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
can tell it
can't
was
do
hurting
that.
Han's soul, like when they knew and Melinda and Erica didn't, and they were asking her, and she had to
Yes.
lie. That
Oh.
hurt her.
Terrible
Yeah.
liar.
Yeah.
That would have been me though.
And there was something that, to give some behind the scenes again, that didn't make it in the Dubai desert. It was something that touched me deeply about Han. It's when I fell in love with Han. I was like, she's amazing.
The
She
Hanster.
told me she swam for Brown. She's a beast.
She like holds
competitor.
records at Brown.
She's a beast swimmer.
Wow, I love that.
Collegiate swimmer, D1 at Brown. It's a very competitive place. She told me in Dubai, and I'll never forget it. She said, I'm trying to find the ability to be a fierce competitor and a good person. She told me that in Dubai. And I was like, that's something that I get, right? You want to be a good person and a fierce competitor. And I think that moment collided there. And, I don't think the cameras were on us. We all were talking so late at night. But that was such a deep moment and something that touched me so deeply. And it's like when I watch that scene, it's like I watch it collide with Han. And I think she did a great job. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have disappeared into the
feel
night.
like-
I'll tell you all that right now. You will
I feel
not
like
see
there's
me again.
another
But-
way to say it. Like, oh, you have everything you need in your hands.
Yeah,
Or
Right.
but
like a little.
I also
like-
Go ahead, James.
It's admirable. If someone made a move like that on Survivor or Big Brother, it would be praised for their loyalty. So, I mean, at first when they like kind of jump ship to Jack and Carson, I was like, ooh, that's shady.
Right.
But then when I think staying behind to give them the help was kind of what's kind of iffy. But
Right.
I do have to give her some credit because like
And then you see her, and then
any
you
other
see her
show
tell
that's
Holden,
praised.
and then you see her tell Holden, no, I'm sorry, we're done. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it's so beautiful to me. And I like to give that context because if I could just have that scene put in Dubai, people would see that develop in Han in that exact moment where she's like, I am a fierce competitor. I've competed at the highest level of things. At the same time, I'm trying to find the ability to be a good person. And it's like she's dancing that line, right? And so regardless of what any of us think, I'm telling y'all, I would not have said anything. But it's a beautiful, complex moment that I think only the Amazing Race can do and do well, right? And I really loved that scene. But unfortunately, the cameras weren't on us. We were talking in the dark with our little coffee mugs and, yeah.
But I feel like I could definitely relate to Han there because I think before I got onto reality TV, I didn't know how to separate the gamer from the person. Right. So me going on the race, you know, I was like, no, I'm gonna be an honest person, you know, be strategic, but you know, I was a different game player until, you know, until I started hanging out with Derek and Claire, and I started hanging out with Will and James,
and we played game night at James' house,
and everybody is ruthless. We're playing Mafia, we're playing traitors, and they're all killing each other and lying, and it's just. You know, it's just a game.
Danny Butler, the little angel,
Danny Butler
lied to all of us in our face, and we all believed him.
The thing that I don't understand is that we play board games or we play like card games at my mom's place, and you're ruthless, Louis. Let's be real.
No, but they're not very strategic type of games. Like we play,
Okay,
I mean, it's not like socially strategic, I guess. I get it. Because when you play Catan, that's mostly strategy. It's not social strategy.
No, it could be social. It could be social.
Maybe. But
like
anyways,
we never played Among Us, but imagine something like Among Us.
Yeah, I never played that.
If you want to see me lose my temper, play Mafia or Among Us or anything like that. I hate everybody when you're wrong. Like it's just, that's everybody comes out with their different social strategy abilities, right? Like it is cool. And in The Amazing Race is the epitome of that. It's like next level where you get seconds with people in an airport to form a bond. That's why I was so scared of Jack and Carson and Mark and Brett, because I talked to them and like, I immediately like you. That's a problem for me because I'm not the only one that immediately likes you, right? Like
we bought a book at the LA airport.
Like one.
We bought a Hong Kong book, and we were the only ones who bought it because I think there was only one copy.
Yeah, there's just one.
And Mark and Brett had known about it, and then they asked us, and Josiah and I were like, we're not going to tell anyone we have this. This is under wraps. Mark came up and said to Josiah, did you guys buy that book? And
yes.
Josiah immediately was like, yeah, we have it.
I'll tell you how much it costs. You want the receipt? I'll give it to you. I was like, what the hell?
Did you guys hear what Annalie did on her season?
Yes, brilliant.
She bought a book
and returned it.
Charged people to rent it out, and then returned it.
She's a hustler. She's a hustler.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that kind of happened in our season. I forgot who tells us all the time. They're like, you were friends with Derek and Claire. Like, you were so nice to them. Like, buddy. You kind of helped them get to where they got. And we're like, damn, we did. And they beat us. So sometimes you got to be a little bit mean in these shows.
All right.
Yeah, but
I'm moving it along. Louis, we got to keep going with the wheel ropics. Let's go. Next topic.
Let's go, James.
Thanks,
you got your
producer.
wheel?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. What did it land on?
Round of applause.
Round of applause!
Hey, let's go.
Yes! Round of applause! James, what do you think it is?
Shoot.
You're gonna give
The
someone a round
Gardens
of
Day
applause.
Festival? I don't know.
Alyssa or Josiah? What do you think?
Jordan Day Fest was really good. Maybe the dancing, like clapping for how good I was dancing. And
Mark at dancing? Not
Okay.
Obviously, Mark.
Mike, anything?
Yeah, I thought Mark killing it. First try, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Melinda doing it.
Melinda killed it too.
Melinda did very good in that task.
She did.
But how
What a little
about
baddie.
a round of applause for Jonathan having a good leg?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Having a great time. Having a great time.
Look, yeah, he's been having some difficult episodes. And even though he started off very kind of like glass half empty, our bad luck continues. But hey, we saw him laughing with the guys in the water while they're trying to find the cross. That's the most I've ever seen him smile. He looked great. He looked happy. He looked like he had a good leg with Anna. Their communication's better. So just want to give a round of applause for Jonathan. And remember, he might not have a great leg next time. And just remember, like everybody out there, he still does not know he's autistic. He's still gonna have trouble. He's still gonna make mistakes, right? So just a little bit of grace for him if he does ever mess up again. That's all I wanted to ask the people. I'm asking the people that, all right? So listen, Josiah, you guys got the wheel?
No, I don't know how to spin. I thought y'all. I just pretend.
What are you talking about? You have a wheel.
FedEx to you.
Sent it
We sent it to you.
Oh,
You're lying.
overnight shipping.
Yes, bro. It's right.
Alyssa, can you grab it?
Alyssa, go get
Yeah,
the.
go grab
Oh my
it.
god, it's right
Yes.
here.
Oh,
Oh my god, here it is.
once again,
Go
three,
ahead.
two, three. All right.
Thank you, Alyssa. Go ahead, spin the wheel.
Do we know the categories?
What did it land on?
I know CPR and round of
Already
applause.
happened.
They got the architect one. They got the architect
We're
one.
never
Let's go.
gonna be invited back. We're gonna start canceling the New York trip right now. They're like, enjoy it being alone at the finale.
He's not gonna let you spin the wheel at the finale.
I deserve that.
Architect.
Architect. Let's do architect.
Yeah, the architect is on the wheel.
I love James'
Mike
clap.
music.
James,
Mike, there it is.
There it is.
All right. We'll just move it along here. We'll move it along. So who's the architect here? I want to know who is the architect of this leg, because we had a very different type of leg, not your usual detour or roadblock. A lot of route infos. Go here, go there, and then at the end they had a dancing roadblock, semi-difficult. I mean, it depends for who.
He's gonna have surprises to us.
Yes, but it was very, but I really enjoyed this leg. Why? Because each little route info was just something to do, something small, right? You have to go to celebrate Jordan Day. They throw the cross in the water. Go find it. That's something really easy. Next was to go to the collect shop. Find that collect shop. A lot of teams had trouble. I think most of the teams, they didn't find it right away, which was really cool to see. Afterwards, they went to the sculpture garden, and then lastly the roadblock at the middle. Oh, the cipher right before that. The cipher was another route they had to go to, and then the sculpture garden, and then the military club. So, what do you guys think about this? Is this something that you want to see more on the Amazing Race? James, I'll start with you.
I mean, it reminded me a lot of our Manila leg being a city sprint. Everything we did was a route info, but every route info we did had a task behind it. I do wish that one other route info on this leg would have been a task, but on the first watch, I didn't care for it. The second time, I loved it. And it kind of brought me back to like old school Amazing Race in a way.
Loved it. Alyssa and Josiah, how many miles did you run? Do you know?
Enough to almost kill the audio guy. Yeah, he was not. He was like, "Damn, y'all can't get a bus." Probably like five. Probably like five.
That's still a lot. Like that's something. Our worst day was our mega leg. We ran close to 12 miles.
13 miles, yeah.
Yeah, and also we did all the tasks that involved, running. It was go here, go there, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
5 miles. It's probably in a shorter span, so it was like more of a 5 mile sprint, where ours was like a 12-mile marathon.
I like that you had to strategize between running or getting in a vehicle and going. Not
That made it interesting. I like seeing people's thought process of bus, walk, run. Not a taxi though.
Yes,
sorry.
and I miss that. I think that always brings some good drama. They should do that more often when it says you cannot take a taxi. It was season 23, the first leg. The doctors. James, you're so good with names.
Oh, Travis and Nicole.
Was it Travis and Nicole? Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was.
Yeah. They I think it was the first leg. They got to the pit stop first. But they took a taxi to the pit stop, got a penalty, and got like second or third. That brings some good content. I would love to see that more. Everybody in the chat, or you're watching this afterwards.
It is Travis and Nicole.
Travis, see?
Yeah.
James is
And then
so good.
People are sad that they wanted to detour this leg.
All right, but I have a problem with the architect of this leg, okay? I have one big problem. The leg was amazing, but this express pass was terrible, okay? Can we talk about, many people can attempt this express pass. This express pass was done in 10 seconds. Nobody was going to go to the... Let's be real. Come on.
Yes.
And with the teaser, I was waiting for it to be really hard. How hard was it or not?
It was pretty hot. I mean, and then I think the worst part of it was all day after that, our feet were hurting.
Yeah.
They were sore. I had a blister on my foot, and then we were running around all over the place.
I really am. I'm not gonna hype it up. No, everyone would have done it. Anyone on earth would have done it. I was probably the last person on earth that would want to do it because I'm not BSing. I put ice in my coffee. Someone said that recently. Like, he's probably the guy that puts ice in his coffee. No, I am. Like, that was supposed to make fun of me.
In the hot
am
coffee?
that guy. At the coffee shop, I asked them to put ice cubes in my coffee.
Ice
Like,
in your hot coffee.
100%, dude. Always. I don't like hot stuff. I'm so serious. It's crazy.
I take everything out of the oven.
When I cook something, I don't ask her to take it out of the oven, but I open the oven and then I look at it and I'm like, I'll do this, and she takes it out of the oven for me. So I don't like hot stuff, and I did it. So it truly wasn't that hard. It was a really cool shot though.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the
Yeah.
Amazing Race did it.
I'm
For
on a beach.
sure.
I'm on a beach. I'm on a beach.
Yeah, dude,
great.
I hate being on the beach too. I hate
No.
walking on the beach because the sand is hot. For
That's
real.
fair.
I
And
hate it.
Alyssa
That's why I
downplaying
did it.
it was such a sweet move.
So, James, I'm sure you thought of ideas. How could they have made this this express pass better?
So I actually talked about it with Corey Cool from 28 and 31, and he pointed out that the Bulgaria leg should have been reversed. It should have been this leg with all the route info should have been the one fresh from Dubai, because then everyone would have been leaving the airport at the same time. So they would have had equal opportunity to get to the express pass. Then that would have made it a little bit more interesting. I just think the legs needed to be reversed.
I read something on the line in a Reddit where I thought it was actually a very interesting idea, that the express pass should be something. I'm not talking about like walking across coal, but just to give every team a chance to do it, it has to be a task where it's like a time trial.
Oh,
And everybody has to attempt it, right? Or they don't have to, but if you want to go attempt for the express pass, you go attempt whatever task it is. You set your time, and then when you get to the pit stop with Phil,
I love that.
you find
I like
out
that too.
who got the fastest time.
Yep, that's
And
amazing.
I was like, wow, that's a really good idea. And obviously, maybe not. Maybe you walk across coal and then you go do another puzzle or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And you have to figure that out. And I thought it was very, very interesting. So imagine, like, listen, Josiah, you're team number 3. Congratulations. And I have this for you. You won the time trial express pass or something.
That's pretty cool.
I
Um,
love
yeah.
that idea.
Shout out to the person in Reddit.
It's a good idea to add the puzzle because the Coles were very strict, and he did give us like instructions, and they were like, hey, for real, you will burn. Herman, the security guard and medic guy, he was like, listen to me, you will burn your feet. And I was like, Herman, and they were dead ass serious. He was like, he like grabbed me by my little shoulders and was like, listen to me. He's a big man, and he was like, you will burn your feet. Like, they were very serious. You gotta walk slow. You gotta pick your toes up. So to add something to it, I understand. To add a time, yeah.
I think to defend them a little bit, the express pass was way on the other side of the city to get
Okay.
to.
I was going to ask you that.
So if Mark and Brett had been pretty close behind us and decided to chase us, like, we didn't do perfect with our directions there either. Like,
There's a lot of. I know we don't have much time, and Mike's like, dude, hey Josiah, you gotta shut up. But give me a second, Mike, because there's something crazy I have to say. We almost didn't go for the express pass. Alyssa did not want to go for the express
It's not
pass.
that it's just that we first started getting directions to it when we were out in the countryside, and these people were like
Not wanna talk to
not
us.
helpful at all.
No.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's in Sofia. Like, let's just go to Sofia and I'll figure it out on the way. And luckily, like, when I was able to sit down in in our car, I found it on the map and everything was fine. But when we were in the countryside, we were wasting like
She said,
probably 50 minutes.
I don't know if we should do the express pass, and in my head I was like, we're gonna do it, but like we got in the car, and like luckily we did, but
And it was far on the other side of the city. Like, we really did waste, like, not waste, but we took 40 minutes or so probably driving there and back. And so, like, if someone did try to come after us, it would have been more like a battle on the road than it would have been. It was 17 minutes from the first half. So yeah.
Probably
40
Okay, well,
minutes. 40 minutes.
now that you guys have spoken about this, let's give you a little credit. So you burned your feet, you did get blisters, and then you ran the rest of the leg. You know?
And then
so
just
let's give you
did that
credit to that.
dance. He did that dance where he's
You have
like
to stop.
slapping his feet on the ground.
I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach again. I'm on the beach and there's spiders. I'm on the beach and there's spiders.
So maybe it wasn't hard to get the express pass, but it was hard to survive the leg after getting the express pass.
Yeah. Maybe they were hoping for some like drama getting there with the cars, the driving, but they didn't get that because nobody.
But I agree. I would, as a fan, I wanted to start off Here's the express pass. You all get the chance to go for it. Make your decisions. That increases drama. I get it. I get what people are saying for sure.
Nice. Well, unfortunately, everybody, this week we do not have a Ninja Mike segment. But please, if you not, Mike did enough work last week for Ninja Mike that he's good for today.
If you haven't seen that video, please go and see it.
We'll give us some likes,
so
we'll put some
funny.
comments on the video. I gotta share that one on Reddit. But we still have a newish segment with some new graphics. Babe, I need the stage.
Okay.
You can stay there though.
No, I like that. I want to be on it.
These are this top power rankings, top 5. I did this 2 years ago and I stopped because there was too much editing and too much work. But you know what? Screw it. We'll do it live. Lewis's power rankings. Let's go. At team number 5, who do we got? I might shock you right now. That's right. At team number 5, this is the biggest drop in power rankings this season. Team number 5, Jack and Carson. Okay. What? Why Jack and Carson, Lewis? I tell you this. It's because their navigation sucks, and I cannot trust a team that has this poor of navigation. So Jack and Carson, I'm sorry, but you're team number 5. Hey, Mike, hey, it's all about me, Mike. There you go. All right, now team number 4. Number 4, who do we got at team number 4? That's right. Wait, that's not them.
Jack and Carson.
Jack and Carson. It's Jonathan and Anna. Why? How do I have Jonathan and Anna at number 4?
Yeah, I agree.
It's only because Jonathan is working with a condition he does not know about. He doesn't do good in the heat. He doesn't do good under pressure. So I just can't put him in my top 3 just yet. Even though they're killing it, I gotta put him at number 4. Now, who do we got next at number 3? Number 3, we have coming to the stage. Woo! It's Han and Holden. Holden, is that poop in your hand? That's right, it is, because you're the shit, baby. Holden, you guys, Han and Holden, you guys are absolutely killing it. They're getting better and better as the race goes on. That's why I have it at number 3, baby. Now let's go to number 2. That means number 2. Who do we have at number 2? It is
Not bad.
Brett and Mark. Brett and Mark. Why do I have you at number 2 instead of number 1? 2 words. Wiz Khalifa. What am I talking about? You did not do your studying in your airplane on the way to Dubai, even though you gave us one of the best clips this season, the Wiz Khalifa building, but I can't put you at number 1 because of that. So that's why you're team number 2. And then we have team number 1. I got to work on removing those pictures, Mike. Thank you for helping me. It's the first time I do this. And team number 1, who do we have? That's right.
Lewis and Michelle. Oh, no.
It's Larry and Mark. No, just kidding. Who do we have at number 1? We have Alyssa and Josiah. Why are they number 1? Am I just kissing their asses because they're on this recap?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. I believe truly that they are the best team here. They are firing at all cylinders, and they got that express pass power. The express pass power in their hands. So if they got that power, you're number 1 on my power rankings. And that concludes Lewis's power rankings, baby.
Yeah.
I'll take it, just because they said was
Take that, Ninja Mike.
I loved the soundtrack. That was great.
Isn't it cool? It was. I honestly used to make these videos, but it was a lot of work, and we're busy people. Like I was editing the power rankings and all that. It was
so good. I loved it. But you know what? You got to add it into our podcast because you had it separate. So I think people were missing that.
Here's the thing, Justin. If I just put everybody's averages in order, then it's not fun. I have to entertain a little bit, bro. If not, then it's just like, hey, look at this paper. Look at everybody's averages. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on.
Even if you have a high placement average, it doesn't mean you're gonna win.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Alyssa and Josiah, you guys are amazing. We love watching you on TV. You guys are a beautiful couple. Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to see you guys in New York.
Thanks for inviting us. So
Thank
we
you so
can't wait to see you all in person. Yeah, this is awesome. This was so fun. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. I love you guys.
You're the best.
I'll think
Mikey.
of something to do for Ninja Mike next week. All right.
You
I actually
better.
don't travel this week.
It's okay.
I've got a break for like a week and a half, so we're good.
It better be good, Mikey.
Yeah, ninjas don't have to exist anymore. We can leave them in Japan. That's
Pressure
fine.
is
Guys,
on.
thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for being there. All you, we love y'all. We do this for our amazing race family, and you guys are the best. And we thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Mero, Greece. Angelina, Joe, Italy. Mila, Tunis.
You're very